If you're headed for the shore and you want to pack food that doesn't have any mayonnaise and tastes great, cold or room temperature, food for the beach today on Let's Cook. Hi, welcome to Let's Cook, where we are making food that's good for the beach today, meaning that it's easy to pack and it's full of flavor. Let's go to today's menu because it's a great menu. We're making some stuffed grape leaves, then a cold soba noodle salad with a hoisin dressing, and a curried rice salad with grilled shrimp. Now, the first item we're making, there's no meat in this. It's vegetarian. Let's just go over the ingredients for this. We're using a cup of cooked rice, 1 1/3 ounces or about half an onion, an ounce of olive oil, a teaspoon of garlic, a tablespoon of parsley, a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, an 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric, then a 1/4 teaspoon each of cumin, fennel, and cinnamon. Then we'll add an ounce of pine nuts and, of course, the grape leaves. Then to make the dressing or the garnish for this, we'll be using 2 ounces of extra virgin olive oil, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and 4 tablespoons of mint, because that's basically a dressing or a garnish to go on top of it. Now, the first thing that we have to do is we have to make the stuffing for the grape leaves. Now, to make the stuffing, I have some cooked rice here. So I'll just take my cooked rice here, and this is why it's great, because it's good for use of leftover rice. So we have some cooked rice here. We'll put our onions in there. Then to this now, we add the turmeric. We'll add our fennel, cardamom, the cinnamon, garlic, pine nuts, and then I'm also a little bit of parsley here too. Now, we'll mix this together just so that it's well mixed. Now, what I often do a lot of times is, because I'm going to cook this, and I never gave this to you in the ingredients, I might add 1 egg to this, or even maybe just half an egg I'll add to this, just to help to bind it. So let's take a little egg here. Oops. We'll beat the egg just a little bit, because I don't even need a whole egg for this. Just a little bit to help bind it. Just a little bit of egg in there. Good. Perfect. We'll just mix this together just so it's nice and wet. Now, the only other thing I have to do is, and I never added this to it, is I need to season this with a little bit of pepper, fresh ground pepper, and a little bit of salt. There we go. We'll mix this together. Now, this is now good to go. Our stuffing is ready to go. And again, whatever you like, you know what goes really nice in this too? Grapes. If you had some peeled, seedless white grapes would go real nice. Now I have my leaves right here. Now these are the grape leaves, and normally you're going to buy these are in a jar in the store, and this is what they look like. And what you need to do with these leaves is, because they're packed in a brine solution, we'll take the leaves and we'll put them in water just to rinse off that brine solution. So let me just make 6 of these. Let me just get this over to this side here. You always want to set up a little bit of flow in your cutting board here. So let me just get a few more leaves here, and we'll just put them in the water. Now the leaves, just like a leaf on a tree, these grape leaves, they have a top and a bottom. This side here is the top right here. This side is the bottom. We put the stuffing on the bottom side so that we have the nicer side out. And these also, by the way, do need to cook. So now we'll take these, and then I'll take a piece of paper toweling right here, set it up here, and we take the leaves out of the water, putting them with the top side down and the underside underneath. Here we go. Beautiful. I'll just do 4 because you'll kind of get the gist when I do 4 of them. All right, then we take another piece of paper towel like this, right on top here. You're just going to pat these and get them nice and dry like this. Let's put this out of the way here. Good. Now, once you have them like this, we'll take our stuffing. Now, to do this stuffing, it's a good idea to use a spoon this way, because what you'll do with the stuffing is you'll take the stuffing and you'll just kind of press it with your hand this way so that it's nice and tight. There we go. So we put these right in here. And then, you know, I know this is food for the beach, but what we have to do with these is you still have to cook these. Even though the rice is cooked, you really want the flavor of all these ingredients to to come together. And you can serve this hot or at room temperature. Either way, it's going to work. Then we pick this up this way, pull it across here, fold it this way, almost like you're doing an egg roll. See how easy that is? You pull it nice and tight, bring this in, and then you're pulling it nice and tight. Now, another way that you can do them too, if you wanted to make it really easy, is you can just take them like this, bring this over, pull it tight here, holding the leaf in shape, leave the ends open, and just roll it that way. Either way, it depends on what presentation you like to have. And these are very good because these pack up real well in a plastic container, and they get better, by the way, the second day. So then we just take them this way. Now you'll set these up in a pan because you do have to cook these, and then you have to cool them down. So we'll just set these up in a pan this way, little olive oil on the bottom. Then we'll take the leaves, go in here, and I did them both ways just so you can see. Then what we do is we take some water plus parchment paper. Now the parchment paper I have right here, and what I'll do with the parchment paper is I need to make a lid for the pan, but I want some of the steam to escape. So what I do is I go like this, I cut the parchment paper down this way, then I'll fold the parchment paper in half here, and don't use wax paper either because the wax comes off the wax paper, and then I fold it in half this way. Then I'll come here, I'll fold it here, and then all I do is with my knife, I come right across here, just pulling this across nice and tight this way. I open this up, I have a nice circle now, or a nice cover to go on top of my grape leaves. Then we add some water to this, and you're going to let these simmer for about 20 minutes. Now, I already have some done here, and I'm just going to switch these over so that you can see, and you can see what they look like, because they really have to cook through. Now, you see how nice these look? Don't these look fabulous? You see how most of the liquid has evaporated there now? Then what we'll do is are these cool tongs? I just got these. I really like these tongs. Then we'll just take some tongs right here. Now you have to set these up to cool down. But then we would take these, put them on a plate like this. And again, you're going to put these in a refrigerator and let them cool down. But we have to make the dressing or the garnish to go on top of them. So let me just get these on a plate here. And while they're still warm, this is when you would put the dressing on so that the cellular structure of the leaves are somewhat open. It's going to absorb some of that flavor. So to make the dressing, which is really simple, I'll show you that in just a second here. We just want to get these leaves right here on the plate. And again, these are great at the beach because these are, or even at a picnic or a barbecue, because they're just a one-bite thing. You know, just take these one bite and you're good to go. Beautiful. Now, to make the dressing or the garnish, I have my mint here. Then we'll take just a little bit of lemon juice here. Make sure your hands are nice and clean. Just squeeze it through so none of the seeds go into the dressing there. If they do, you can just pick this one out right here. Come on, out, out, out. Good. A little bit of olive oil. We'll toss this together here, and then we'll just take a spoon while these are still warm, and you drizzle this across the top. As I get the dressing on here, let's take a little break, and then when we come back, I'm going to show you how to make a cold soba noodle salad with a hoisin dressing. It's food for the beach today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back after this. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. We are making some recipes today that are perfect for the beach, or if you're going to a picnic or even a barbecue, just some great food for the summer. The next salad we're making, it contains soba noodles. Let me tell you a little something about soba noodles. Soba is the oldest Japanese noodle with a history dating back 10,000 years. It's made from buckwheat. It's famous for its health benefits, and it's packed with vitamins and dietary fiber along with minerals. What's really amazing, in Japan, soba noodles are used for everything except building houses. You can give them as a gift to new neighbors. You can eat them for good luck on New Year's Eve. You can eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Any season of the year in Japan, you'll see soba noodles. Now, to make our soba noodle salad, the first thing, well, let me just go over the ingredients. for this, okay? Now, the ingredients for the cold soba noodle salad, we're using 2 cups of bok choy, or iceberg lettuce if you can't get bok choy, a cup of red peppers, a cup of celery, a cup of cucumbers, and a cup of green peppers, a cup of bean sprouts, a half a pound of soba noodles, and a pound of shredded spicy chicken. Let's get to the soba noodles now. Now, I have 2 types of soba noodles here. And I'm using both types right here. And to make these, you don't have to boil these soba noodles. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these noodles right here. I'm going to put them in a casserole here. And then I have some boiling salted water here. I just take that water and pour them right on top of the noodles. Let them sit for about 5 minutes. They'll get nice and soft. So we're just going to, the other thing you need to do with these is you do need to make sure that the water gets in between them. Okay, so we're just going to let those soak. And then once they get soft, all I do is I just mix them with a little bit of oil so they don't stick together. Perfect noodle. Now, the other thing I need to do is I need to make the dressing, or the hoisin dressing. So to make the dressing here, I'm going to be using about 2 tablespoons here of soy sauce. Then along with the soy sauce, I'm going to be adding, I have a little bit of hoisin sauce here. So I'm going to put in just a little bit of hoisin sauce here. Need a little bit of heat here. So here, how's a little chili sauce here to your liking? Then we have a little bit of honey. Oh, about a tablespoon of honey here. So here, exactly 1 tablespoon just right here. We'll just cut that off. Perfect. I hate to put honey in a bowl because when you put it in a bowl, what ends up happening is you just don't get it all out. So it's a waste. So for the show, I'd rather just cut the honey. Plus, I love the taste of honey. Here we are. A little bit here of some garlic. And then you can use lime juice or lemon juice. Either one will work. So just take a little bit of lime juice here. Out of this world. So nice. So dressing, and now we're only going to make enough dressing just to go over what we have here. Then I'll take and I'll mix this up here with just a little bit of olive oil as well, or safflower oil, whatever your preferred oil is that you like to use. A little bit of olive oil in here. And also, because of the soy and the hoisin, I will be adding just a splash here of water. Just a splash here of water too, because of the salt content. I don't need any pepper. I have the chili sauce in there too. So here's my dressing right here. This is now good to go. To make the salad here, I already have my soba noodles here. So I'll take my cooked soba noodles here. Now you'll notice that this is almost a vegetable salad with soba noodles, because then I have my julienne of my peppers, cucumber, and celery. I have some baby bok choy here that we blanched. Not going to serve it raw, that we blanched and then we shocked in ice water. I also have some shiitake mushrooms here. You could put these in a dressing. They'll pick on the color. You could just put them in direct like that. Just nice diced shiitake mushrooms. Then we'll take our dressing right here. Pour this over top. I leave a little bit of the dressing in there. And then we'll just toss this all together. Doesn't this look great? In the bowl, it's saying, I'm alive, I'm alive. Doesn't it look fabulous? Now, to present this, we'll just take a nice bowl here. Now, again, if you're going to pack this for the beach, that's okay too. You can just put it in a container that's going to go well, but we'll just take our noodle salad right here. And then we'll just take a little bit of chicken. Now, this recipe calls for a spicy chicken or shredded chicken, but any leftover chicken that you have, you can just slice it nice and thin like that, put that on top, drizzle a little bit more dressing on top of the chicken there so it has some flavor, and then based on what sprout heaven you went to, because I have all different types. I have some radish sprouts here, I have some broccoli sprouts here. Any of these sprouts will just go real well with this salad. So let's just give them a few different sprouts here. Okay, out of this world. And the sprouts, you know, they just add a nice earthy flavor to this. And then, of course, to finish this off, you could also, if you ever come across these in a supermarket, you could take a little lychee nut here. Now, lychee nuts, normally you probably see them in a can, but when you cut into them, you see the pit that's right in the middle there? You need to peel off the outer part here, okay? And then you need to remove that pit, and you could serve a little lychee nut on there. Nice and sweet, delicious at the beach. We need to take a little break. And then when we come back, we are making a curried rice salad with grilled shrimp. Don't go anywhere. It's food for the beach today. Let's Cook. We'll be right back after this. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we've been making food for the beach, or really food that's just good for the outdoors. We're making a curried rice salad with grilled shrimp. Now, let me tell you something about curry. Curry is a blend of up to 20 or more different spices, herbs, and seeds. Here are some of the seasonings commonly used in curry. They're cardamom, chilies, cinnamon, cloves, coriander, cumin, fennel seeds, fenugreek, mace, nutmeg, peppercorns, poppy and sesame seeds, saffron, tamarind, and turmeric. Can you remember all that? Now, contrary to popular belief, curries are not always hot. They can be made mild, medium, or really hot, whatever is your preference. Okay, now let's go ahead and make the curried rice salad. Okay, so I have a little bit of rice in the bowl right here. To the rice now, I'm going to add some curry powder right here, and then to lubricate that a little bit, I'm going to add some olive oil. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to mix this curry in with the rice to make sure that each grain of rice gets coated with some of that curry, so we have that beautiful curry flavor going through the rice. And by the way, when you buy curries in a store, you want to try different curries and see whose blend you like better. Okay, so here we have our curry all mixed in there. Now we're going to add our red onion to this. Then we'll add some scallions, some finely diced red pepper, some tomatoes, have some herbs going right here. And then I'm going to add some more olive oil to this now. Along with that, I'm adding a little bit of fish sauce. It's going to give it a real nice flavor, and that's going to add to the complexity and also the salt factor. Then we have our white balsamic vinegar that we're going to add. We just mix this all together so nicely. Doesn't this look fantastic? Again, this is great for the beach. And by the way, this is good cold, room temperature, or hot, either way. Now, the only other thing that we have is I have some shrimp left here. You can grill the shrimp, you can broil the shrimp, you can buy shrimp that were already cooked in the supermarket just to add to this. So we'll just get our shrimp right in here, mix our shrimp all together here, and this salad is good to go. The only thing we need to do is we need to taste this and make sure it's seasoned properly. Always taste your food, make sure it's seasoned properly. And I'll tell you something, the better your mood, the more you're going to pick up as far as the flavor of the food. Here we are. A little bit of pepper in here. This is good to go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start to plate this up. But before I go, I would like to just go over the method that we used to make the curried rice salad. First, we cooked the rice and allowed it to cool. Then we prepared the dressing with curry powder, olive oil, vinegar, and fish sauce. Next, we tossed the shrimp with the shrimp, tomatoes, peppers, and scallions, along with some herbs. And finally, we added the dressing and gently tossed it. Remember to keep and refrigerate it before serving. It's very important that especially if you have a starch like rice and you're serving it's cold, you need to make sure that you keep it cold. But this will also do well at room temperature, not in the direct sun. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back after this. It's food for the beach today. Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we've been making food for the beach today, or food that is appropriate for the beach. No mayonnaise, very, very healthy, bite-sized, different flavors, really worked well. The first thing that we did today is we did this delicious rice-stuffed grape leaf with a little bit of mint and olive oil. Then we did a cold soba noodle salad with a hoisin dressing. Very nice, very simple. And finally, we did a curried rice salad with shrimp. Any and all of these are going to definitely work for the beach, but you know, what I need to really do as we close out the show here, the stuffed grape leaves here with the rice. Can't wait to try these because remember these had the pine nuts and the turmeric and the cardamom and the fennel and just a lot of great flavors for the beach. They work really well. Thanks for watching. Let's cook. Frisbee, please. Bye-bye.